A Europe space vehicle has affirmed a paper of methane creature liberated of the shallow of Mars. The methane peak was at first measurable by NASA's Curious Wanderer on the shallow, now it has been affirmed by the Mars Courier satellite. The environment and degree of methane in the Martian ambience is strongly discussed. The gas is of concern since Earth methane can be done by lifetime forms, so as geologic processes. Methane is just imaginary to include a really brief life expectancy in the Martian ambience, so revealing it down their tool it must include been liberated really newly. A powerful alarm of methane was measurable by the Curious Wanderer on June 15, 2013. The dimension was affirmed in information gathered the following day by the Global Fourier Spectrometer, PFS, on Executive Board Mars Courier. The results of two teaching are set out in the magazine, Environment Geoscience. House blocks of lifetime found on Mars. Methane belches detected on Mars. Mars sensor dispatched on methane search. In general, we did not discover any methane, towards of one certain detective on 15 components per trillion by amount of methane in the ambience, that rotated out to be a day following. Curious informed a peak of on 6 components per trillion, says Marco G. Urina, main inspector for the PFS. Though components per trillion in general tool a comparatively little sum, it is rather wonderful for Mars. Our dimension corresponds to an ordinary of on 46 tons of methane. How was this in the region of 49,000 box many kilometers observable of our orbital? At the period of Curious detect, it was mined how the methane might include born polar of the Wanderer, since the predominant winds were south, and how the produce came of within storm crater. Curious disembarkation position. The crew done 2 freelance analyses to household in on capacity resource regions of the methane, separating up a broad area about storm crater in grids of on 250 by 250 box many kilometers. Down there are a kind of ways methane might be manufactured on Mars. If microbes yet already exist, they are one probable resource. Methane manufactured by microorganisms in the remote history could as well get captured during ice pack. While the ice melts, it could later produce the old methane in the ambience. But down there are geologic processes how can make methane, and don't need biological. These involve serpentinization, a trial of inorganic change in the peel comprising warmth and water supply. Methane can be done as a tail race food of serpentinization. Marco G. Urina suspects the feather didn't occur of storm crater. Scientists scrutinized the area about storm for features wherever gas infiltration is anticipated. The trial is so named on land to happen on faults and of nature gas fields. We identified faults how might expand under a area offered to include superficial ice pack. With permafrost is an great stamp for methane. It is probable how the ice there could pitfall surface methane and produce it occasionally on the faults how break down via the ice pack, told Giuseppe Etiope of the Domestic Institution of Geophysical and Volcanology in Rome, a company author on one of the teaching. Unusually, we saw how the air modeling and geologic evaluation, executed alone of every sum, offered the identical area of origin of the methane. The ExoMars track gas satellite, that is intended to do a comprehensive stocktaking of the Martian ambience, was start up in 2016. Yet, it has yet to paper its scientific results.